Right, so in the question we have to set up the axonometric plane. So we have our x, y, z here, and the isosceles triangle. Okay, so that's the axonometric plane. So the first thing we need to do is set up our axis. Okay, so setting up our axis, we need to start with our z, so the intersection of our end vertical plane and vertical plane. Okay, so start just halfway across the page and just below the center. Okay, so we have our point then. So the intersection now. That point there. Okay, so using our protractor then we have to look at 110 and 110. So 110 degrees and 110 degrees. Mark there, bring it away. So use your colours, colour code it and label everything. Okay, so that's the vertical plane, that's the end vertical plane, and that's the horizontal plane. So the horizontal plane, end vertical plane, and the vertical plane. Okay, so that's how we started off. We can see in our drawing then that this line, so the axonometric plane, where it touches the horizontal plane, is 70 mil, or 7 meters. So we've scaled down 70 mil. So lightly, using a pencil, draw a line across from the center. So you can draw a line now here. Measure out 35 on each side and bring it down vertically. Bring it down vertically. Okay, once we have them, that'll be the edge view of our axonometric plane. So a lot of people are struggling with how to find the edges of it. So if you project your line along the axis, okay, our line has to be perpendicular to that. Okay, so project it along and get it perpendicular. So you're using your sliding set squares. Get your set square set up to the line and just slide it up so I'm too high. From there to there. So that's going to be the edge of the axonometric plane till it touches our axis. So they have to be 90 degrees. Okay, they're perpendicular to it. So if you've done it correct, you can just join them back. If not, you're going to have to bring everything again. Make sure to double check it. Make sure it's perpendicular. So continue that axis line out. Once you have that, get it set up so it's perpendicular again. Okay, so I'm too low, so I slide up a bit more. Okay, so that's the true length of the axonometric plane. Okay, so that's true length, that's also the true length, and the end is also the true length. Okay, so make sure you label everything, lads. I want to make sure you understand. Okay, so if we're down here and we're looking in along this here, so we're down here and we're looking along this point here, we will see this point and we'll see this edge view here, so we'll see a portion of the plane. Everything is projected parallel from that point. Okay, so parallel to the axis always. And parallel to the axis always. Once you have that, you can measure out, just roughly say 90 or 100 mil. Same with this one, we just need to continue it out. Okay, join back together. Okay, so that's going to be the edge view or the true length of our axonometric plane. Once we have that done, we need to bisect that. So once we've bisected here, bisect our point. Once we've that bisected, we can swing an arc. So always double check both sides, make sure it's lining up. So swing an arc. Once we've our arc swung, we continue our axis till it touches the arc. When it touches the arc, that's going to give us the point right here in the corner. So that point here, that's the same point there. We're going to join it back to get a portion of our end vertical plane. So that's a portion of the end vertical plane. Okay, we need to do the exact same thing for the vertical plane. So we're just going to project it out parallel. So if we're down here and we're looking in at 90 degrees here, okay, so it's like being down here and looking in 90 degrees along that, we will see that point and everything will be parallel through the axis. So make sure it's parallel through the axis. So that's parallel. And that's parallel. Okay, so make sure it comes out about 90 again. So that measure 90 to there and 90 to here. Okay, so that's going to be then, that's the true length of that edge of the axonometric plane as well. Once we've that, we do the exact same thing, we just bisect it. So just bisect it. To find the center point so we can swing our arc. Okay, once we've found that, swing your arc. Okay. Oh, I might have gone down too low. I brought it up from the wrong point. So it should be from that point. And that's our full edge view. That's the edge, the true length of the axonometric plane. Once you have that, okay, once you have that, you bisect it. And once it's bisected, okay, so I didn't draw it long enough there, so bisect it. Okay, so the same process as the other side. Find the center point. Once you have the center point, swing an arc. And swing an arc. So where the arc touches, okay, continue on the axis where they hit each other. I'll give you a portion of the vertical plane. So that's a portion of the vertical plane. Okay, so now all we have to put in now is our end elevation, our elevation. Okay, so I'll do that in the next video.